It's been a hot minute since I filmed a real video. Welcome to week 22 of my CodeCrew Code School journey. In today's video, I'm going to talk about what we've been doing this week and sort of last week, what we'll be doing next week, and a portfolio update. So starting with this week and sort of last week, we've been working on our passion projects. I talked about it very briefly in my video last week, in the week 21 video, and the passion project is a self-directed project. We got to pick the topic, we got to pick the framework or stack, we set our own timeline, so on and so forth. And we got to work on it from Tuesday of last week, week 21, till Thursday of this week, week 22. So almost 2 weeks of work time. And in that time, I made a website called Safe Travels. So the basic point of the website is to be able to write and read travel logs from other users. So the idea came to me / was suggested to me because I really enjoy travel. It's something that I'm really interested in and that I've done quite a lot of. And luckily I usually travel in groups and I don't have to do a lot of the planning. Unfortunately, I also get stressed out very easily. So whenever I do have to do any planning, I'm always nervous about how the experience is actually going to be, So being able to essentially ask a friend, how was your trip to so-and-so, is very reassuring. And that's what this app can do, right? So it's theoretically for solo female travelers more specifically, which is from this website called Girls Love Travel, or this Facebook group called Girls Love Travel, and their whole goal is to be able to provide information to solo female travelers. So this is like a user-directed version of that and not on Facebook, so a lot more streamlined. And I'll pop up a couple images of the basic functionality of the site, and you can log in, create a user, log in. On your profile, you can see everywhere that you've been. You can also add a new travel log, and then you can also edit and delete those logs. And then, of course, you can see logs by other users, either from the home page or by searching them. So that's the major functionality of the site. I built this site using Django, and I'm also hitting the Google Maps API. That's how I'm able to render like the maps and the markers on the homepage, the search, and the profile, which the Google Maps API is a JavaScript API which returns JSON data, and I'm using Django, which is a Python-based stack framework. So that's been a hassle, but it was a really good learning experience. So this whole process and this semi-finished / first version of this site is what I've been working on for the last week and a half, 2 weeks. Luckily, next week, I'll be able to revisit the site, add a couple features based on feedback that I got, specifically refining the search, making sure the results are more accurate, being able to add multiple images to your travel log, because right now you can only submit one image, and I'd love to be able to have multiple and do like a carousel sort of situation with all images. And being able to like or star or bookmark reviews so that you can keep up with reviews that you found to be helpful on your site when you're planning your trip, or to sort of verify users as writing good and accurate reviews. So those are some of the main things I'd like to add. I have a whole list of things I'd like to add out on my GitHub for the site. So that's mostly what we'll be doing next week. We'll be able to give another presentation, so similar to the presentation that we gave on Friday of this week, week 22, we'll be giving another presentation Friday of next week, week 23, talking about the finished product, where it stands, the updates we've made, and things like that. And then the following week, week 24, will be prepping for graduation, essentially. We'll be giving a third presentation similar to the one this past Friday and this upcoming Friday, with a couple other things thrown in about who we are as developers, because during graduation we're going to kind of pitch ourselves, and that's really exciting. So that's what my next 2 weeks look like, culminating in graduation on the 21st, I believe. So Very excited for that. And a big part of that is going to be a completed portfolio. So some things that I still need to do for my portfolio / have done this weekend include deploying my remaining apps. So Safe Travels, the Passion Project, and the mock Twitter project that we did maybe 2 weeks ago. Those two things I'll be doing next week. This weekend, I've updated my Twitter page, my Twitter case study page. I made a lot of CSS changes, and so I need to make sure that those images are up to date and some of the detailed information is still accurate. And adding a passion project case study page. It'll be very similar to the Django project and the Mern project Mern project case study pages, except it'll be obviously the passion project. So that should be a relatively simple addition. And I've been keeping up with my portfolio as I go along, so I won't have to do a lot of changes, just making sure that everything is accurate and up to date, and then I'll be good to go. So I only have about 2 weeks left, and I'm feeling pretty good about it. But there's still a lot of work to be done, and as always, I will keep you guys updated.